Okay, so your assignment for Friday is a little bit different. We're going to be using that website. I kind of posted a little bit about it. I'll also send it to your parents, but you guys will use the Google Classrooms, and if not, then you can continue working with Sax and Math. You'll get the same credit. This just might be a little bit easier and maybe a little more fun to work with. So you have your class period, whichever class period you're in, and then when you click on it, it's going to say that I have a new assignment for you. So let's go to the instructions. So you'll click right here. So it says determine if two ratios in the word problem are equivalent. So remember, we've talked about a couple ways to check to see if they're equivalent. You can do cross multiplication where you're going to multiply. You can use division and your calculator and see if when you divide you get the same decimal or the same, number. So the questions look like this. This is the first question. Well, yours will all be different, but it will be something similar to this. It will say, are these ratios equivalent? 3 feet every 5 years and 9 feet every 20 years. So let's check to see if that is equivalent. So we're going to have to write those down using ratios. And remember, we like to write words. So we're going to do feet. So we make sure we get them in the right order just in case they give us something where we don't know. So feet in years. And now let's check to see if these are equivalent. So we had 3 feet for 5 years. So our first fraction is going to be 3 feet every 5 years. So we write it like a fraction. So now we're going to check and see. Here's our question. Is that equal to 9 feet every 20 years? Now remember, there's a couple ways we can do this. We can check using cross multiplication. So we can say, is 9 times 5 the same as 3 times 20? So 9 times 5 is 45. And the question is that the same as 3 times 20, which is 60? And no, these are not the same. And since they're not the same, we will click no. And see, it tells me good job, and then it does it right here. So that's kind of how you're doing your assignment. So it says now 3 hours every 5 days and 6 hours every 15 days. So let's check to see if this one's the same. Let's do, we'll change our numbers. We do it the same way. So this time we're going to use days and hours, it looks like. And let's check the exact same way. We're going to be setting up these fractions. And this is just exaggerating, but showing you that we'll do the same method every time. So we're going to do hours, and we're going to do hours and days. And now we're going to say, okay, so it's 3 hours every 5 days, 3 hours every 5 days, and 6 hours every 15 days. So I'm making sure I put them in the right spots. So here's the question now. Is 3 times 15 the same as 6 times 5? And, oh, I didn't even need to erase those because 6 times 5 is 30. And 3 times 15 is 45. So again, those are not equal. Those are not equivalent. Okay, and sometimes it's confusing because you think, oh, but 5 times 3 is 15 and 3 times 3 would be 9. So in order for those to be equal, we would have had to have a 9 right there. So these ones are also no. The answer is no. Okay, so once you get to the end of your assignment, you will see something like this where it says perfect, awesome math gamer, continue practicing with the recommended skill below. You could do something like that. When you get there, you can take a screenshot and email it to me. You can go on and make a note that you have completed it, and kind of how you did. If you had any questions along the way, you can do that. So on the assignment, you will just make sure that you've notified me that it is done and that you can show me how you have done it. All right, any questions, let me know. I appreciate you guys working with me. Hopefully this will be a little bit more fun and you guys will be able to target the skill so I can help you a little bit better. Good luck.